Hello, what's up, people? I'm doing the fun part. I'm rendering my little sleepy wolf guy. This is going to be an animation, so again, the reason why I don't actually have a fire drone is because it's going to be animated in the corner. And this guy, he's going to be like, his chest is going to be rising and falling, and I think I'm going to give him like a little puff of cold air to come out of his nose. And I'm going to play some crackling fire and some lo-fi music. So this is going to be a really cozy background video. Um, and this is going to be on my Lo-Fi Wolf channel, which is literally just a channel for my commissions that are all like video commissions of like lo-fi, animated lo-fi videos like this. So I'm super excited. Oh, and you're fine, Jackson. I don't take attendance, so I get it. Everyone has lives. If you can't make it to a stream, I don't mind. I'm just happy you're here now. All right. Sorry, I'm watching the Avalon chat because I just pinged to let people know that I'm streaming, and I saw uh Issa's response was cute. I'll turn this to a glow. And if you hear rambunctious sounds in the background, it's because I have a whole bunch of little baby kittens that are doing mischievous baby kitten stuff. So just go ahead and ignore all that you hear. Let's see. I will have to go back and make sure I get these in the lines. It's gonna look a little messy right now, but it will look good. I get everything done. I have arrived. I love the moon stripes on their face. It's so cute. I don't think... I'm actually not sure if this wolf is even an Avalon wolf. It might be a viper. Because it does kind of have viper colors. If it's a viper, then it doesn't have moon stripes. But they do have like these bright primary colors of red, yellow, and blue. This one has a lot of oranges in it. So like, I'm not actually sure if this is an Avalon wolf. I think it is. I think it might be. But it's a little bit more orangey in here. Baby kitten camera. My house looks like a little jungle right now because the baby kittens love to climb, and I'm just trying to please them. This is Hammerhead. He's bitey. You baby. If anyone's in if anyone's in North Carolina and wants a kitten, let me know. I am not... They all need homes right now. Okay. So weird, but the second that I was like, time to go to work on my art again, he went live. Coincidence for sure. Yes, draw with me. It's always good to body double when you're like, if you're like struggling to like motivate yourself to do something like creative. I always, or even if it's something like cleaning your house, I always find that it's really easy to get me in the mood when like I'm drawing with someone, or if I'm cleaning, I love to put on like a cleaning background video. Like, oh my god, I love a cleaning video. Body doubling for the win. The communal artist brain cell was activated. The Wolf of Avalon brain cell. Okay, that's killing me. I gotta clean up these little messy places where the glow went everywhere. What's y'all's favorite animal? Mine is wolf, and if you count it, it's a dragon. I don't know if you count those, but I do. And then Celine says, I need to do art for one of my babies, but I don't know who I want to draw. The artist's brain cell was indeed activated. Also, I would love to see what the kittens are getting into. They're just absolutely rambunctious little guys. Climbing everywhere, causing mayhem. I did find a home for one of the babies. And I'm gonna print off some flyers today. And I called 14 businesses. This is my list of businesses, and I only found 3 that would actually let me post flyers. So, and one of the one of the businesses is my mom's business. So, yay, thank you, Mom. Trying to find these little babies some homes. I'm unfortunately a stereotypical horse girl. Horses anywhere are great. Unfortunately, you mean fortunately, I too love the horses. They're so pretty. Yes, I love horses. They're so cute. Yes. A jungle for the little wild tigers. Yes. Cute babies. They all got little kitten bellies too. I'm in NC, but my cat hates other cats. That's fair. I'm in South Carolina. Well, if you're in South Carolina and you want a kitten, I will drive to South Carolina. Just gonna throw that out there. So if you ever were in a place where you wanted a cat or a kitten, just know that is on the table. I will travel if need be. Yes, finally catching a stream. Gotta love an independent queen. But I understand the want for a few cats. I have 2, and I find myself saying, you know, we could have another. I'm not even supposed to have cats. I rent. So I actually have a lot of problems in the place I rent that I really, really need my landlord to fix, but I can't. I can't get my lights fixed. I can't get my oven fixed until I get rid of the little kittens, because I'm not trying to get in trouble with them. I didn't like go out of my way like looking for these little kittens, but I do feed the feral cats in my area, and one of them was pregnant, and I knew she was about to have her babies, and I let her in my house, and she had her babies under my sink, and I don't really feel right at this point taking them to the shelter until I have exhausted every single thing that I could possibly do to get them a home. I will take them to the shelter if I can't find homes for them, but I am trying very, very hard to find homes before it gets to that point, but I'm kind of on a... The clock's kind of ticking. Actually, I don't like the way that glow looks. Honestly, your wolf lord chatter is great for arting and chores. That makes me happy. Make another overlay layer. And we're going to grab some of this like bluish purple color. Make this a multiply layer. Multiply. Make sure this is clipping mask. I love the dots on his head. Yeah, they're pretty cute. Thank you. Loki is a cat. Your favorite animal are snakes. Snakes are cool. They're so pretty. I really like the rough green snake. That's one of my favorites. And then... Oh, hello, baby. Baby kitten. Little baby. Oh, this is Fatness Everdeen. She actually has a home. I found this sweet retired lady who wants a baby kitten because her cat died. And oh god, you're so cute. Oh my god. And she's biting the hell out of me. Okay, it's gonna be harder for me to draw with her right here, but that's fine. No, baby. Okay, I need you to stop digging your claws into me. Be free. Okay, well that's my charger. Here. Kittens are very easy to please. Just throw her a paper towel. There we go. Entertainment for hours. Okay. I don't know, but I guess it's because you're talking a lot. Time to get back on top. Could you take them to your mom's place while the people come to fix stuff? Potentially. My mom just got a new house, and my mom's allergic to cats, like, pretty bad. I don't think she would want me to do that. I am taking the mama cat to get spayed and defleed and her rabies shots. Like I said, I'm going to try to exhaust every resource before I take them to the shelter, but it's still something that, like... I'm also allergic to cats. I'm not as allergic as I used to be since having these little babies in my house, but... And Jackson says, so I'm just curious, how can I verify to join a roleplay? If you're asking, like, for the server in particular, you can just join the server. But if you're trying to join a roleplay, we have a channel called Seeking Roleplay. And also, there are two channels called Cat Bands and Wolf what is it? Wolf bands, wolf and cat, and there's people in the server who have the alpha or koga perk, which that just means that you are the leader of a pack and you're able to establish your own group and advertise to other people to like join your group. And people like they make their wolf pack based off of different things, and a lot of them will actually make a size chart of all their characters. They'll mark out their territory on the Avalon map. They'll make like official artwork. They'll make a name for their pack, a symbol for their pack, release some like official information inside of the thread. So if you're interested in joining, you can scroll through the pack or the Tiger Band channel and see which one you want to join and see if they're open. It's the discretion of the alpha or koga who can join their band. Some of them like they want a specific species to join, or they may want like a close, tight knit group of people who are super active, and some are a little bit more laid back on like who they want to join their group. So I would recommend checking out those channels if that's something you're interested in. And Issa says you can join RPs as soon as you make a character and get them approved and design approved. Yeah. You can either RP as an individual or join a pack band. Yes. The lighting's so fire. Whose commission is this? This commission is... This is for someone called Jaybird, and this is their character, Ichitaka. Actually, I want to fix up these little branches in the front because I'm actually going to animate these little snow branches. I want them to like sway gently. This is going to be a lo-fi animation. I do have a secondary account for my animated commissions. These are all like really chill background videos that you can just play in the background to relax to. So let me... Fatness Everdeen. If y'all are concerned about your RP quality, we do have something up and coming for those who might want to write in smaller submissions or just simple trades. That's right. That is coming very, very soon. Autumn has been busting ass. Ooh, excuse me. Pardon my French. She's been working really hard on getting that up. You guys will find out really soon exactly what I'm talking about. The kitten. This is not random, but it really saddens me how a lot of younger people who are below 10 do not have much interest for nature, or not that much. I'm not saying it's not bad to not be interested, but it's sad. Yeah. A lot of adults are interested in nature. I think a lot of kids are not interested because their parents aren't interested and they're not doing anything to cultivate that passion. I gotta figure out what that line is. That is gonna bother me until I get rid of it. Oh, there it is. Gotcha. There we go. Crying in stripes with my art. Too many stripes. You never know how many stripes until it's too late. Ooh, I can do a Q&A. Sorry, I'm typing in a question. do. This is random, but I'm having an RP, and it's going to be where you survive on a Hawaii timeline where there are no native people because I don't want to. Oh my goodness. Survive Hawaii now in this timeline where no native people because I don't want to be appropriation. I don't know if that's quite the solution. One second. My kitty cat is calling for me. Oh my god. Look at all those babies. So many kitty cats. Kitty cat? Kitty cat? Sorry, thought I heard my cat meowing outside. Oh, sorry, babies. Don't attack that. My house is a disaster because of all these little kittens. Oh my god. Enter. So many babies. Give me that, babies. Sorry, gotta plug in my charger so the babies don't eat it. Okay, now I'm settled down. You love both equally. Clippy the Daylight Warrior. How many cats do you have? They're so cute. I have 5. I have a mama kitty and her 4 babies. Trying to find homes for all the babies right now. I'm not even supposed to have cats. But what do you do when a pregnant cat is about to give birth during a storm? I let her in my house, and she had her babies, and I didn't really have the heart to take them to a shelter or rip them up from where they are. But I am looking for homes for them. And if anyone's popping in here and you want to talk about anything, or if you have any questions about anything on my channel, rather it's about the Wolves of Avalon, the role-playing Wolf and Sabertooth Tiger Discord server, or anything just like art or maybe even writing related, just let me know. I am reading comments as we're all hanging out here. And I'm probably going to be streaming for a little bit longer too. So if you like drawing while other people are drawing, it's probably a good stream for you. Because I love drawing while other people are drawing. It's very motivating. Cat distribution system does not care for landlords' opinions. That's true. I have a dog. She sleeps on the couch half the day and spends the other half day goofing off and begging for treats. Typical dog. Sky, how many vipers does it take to successfully hunt a dinosaur? I actually did the math. Hold on. I have a document for you. my 30-page, I have like a 30-page document that's just about the species. I know if I go down to my viper section. Here's your answer. It takes 200 bites from vipers or 4 cups of venom to kill a full-grown Diplodocus dinosaur. So, at least 200 full contact viper bites. And I did the math. Like, I figured out what was the what's an educated guess of how much a Diplodocus dinosaur weighs? What's the average weight of a viper wolf? How much venom would reasonably be inside of their 4 canines? And yeah, this is like a whole math equation explanation as to exactly how many bites it takes. So 200 full contact viper bites. The viper wolves, they also have the largest pack in Avalon. Well, if you include Bakunaway as like a territory of Avalon, which I do in the map, they have vastly fluctuating population because there are carnivorous sarsen or dinosaurs in their territory. So, like, not only are they hunting the dinosaurs, but the viper wolves are also being hunted by dinosaurs. So their population it swings up and it swings down really quickly. Whereas in mainland Avalon, where the other wolves live, their populations are a lot more stable. They are not having as many deaths, and they're also not having as many puppies as a viper wolf. There's actually a little bit more of a control system as to like which couples can actually have puppies. But in the viper wolves, it's a lot more sporadic, and you're just going to have huge spikes of populations depending on the season. Also because they have to make up for their numbers because so many wolves are getting eaten by dinosaurs. Good question. I can't believe I actually had like a in-depth answer for that. That was a really good one. I don't always have in-depth, super detailed answers. I just happen to for that one. Your drawings are so peak. Oh my gosh, that snow on the branches and the tree fire. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I was pretty happy with how this one is turning out so far. I like to use a nice oily brush for my snow. It gives it a very painterly effect. And I find that works really good for snow laying on the branches. Ooh, I love wolf pups. Can we see the baby kittens? You can probably hear them in the background because they're playing with a crumpled up piece of paper, but right now they're just rolling around on the other side of the house. How do southern frost hunt fish? I also have an illustration that actually shows a diagram of how they hunt fish. Wow, 2 questions in a row that I actually have like in-depth explanations for. This is great. Give me just a moment to find the photo, or the illustration, I mean. Probably got to swing way back here. Give me just one moment. So I have a Google Drive. I have a staff drive. Then I'm going to go to this is a sneak peek of like how I actually organize all the world building information for Avalon. Go to species, wolves, elemental, water, southern frost, and southern frost catching fishies. Here we go. Okay. So the way that southern frost catch fish is often they'll hunt in partner pairs where one wolf will be on top of the water in like an ice raft. Because the thing you should know about southern frost, for anyone who's new here, they are water wolves. So they can freeze water and also manipulate water. So they will make an ice raft. One little guy is going to sit on top, while the other will go down and actually freeze fish. And once they freeze, like the ends of the fish, or like the tail end, they'll actually just float up, and the wolf on top will just collect them. Uh, and the cool thing about Frost, because they're water wolves and they can freeze water, they actually have like the best storage system in Avalon, because they can literally like freeze their food, and all they have to do is just have one wolf go down into their storage area like every couple of hours or maybe once a day and just refreeze any of the melting ice. Or they can unthaw it at will because, they can manipulate water. So they have like a pretty steady supply of food all year round because during their salmon run, they can just collect a whole bunch of fish and put that in their storage. But Southern Frost, they don't only hunt fish. There's also a ton of animals in their territory. I'll show you on the map real quick if I can pull it up. I use Inkernet to make my map. So it'll take it a minute for the interface to load up. But where these guys live, it's actually in a hot spot for reindeer and bison, mammoths. There's a couple other guys. Actually, I can just pull it up in the Discord. I forgot that we have all this information out now. So I'm just going in the Discord and I'm pulling up migration areas. And if we click in here, this is their territory. They live right underneath the Frost Alps, so it's pretty cold, wintry territory. They do experience the four seasons. Like, of course, they have summer, spring, and fall, but they do have a much heavier winter season. And this is a chart of all the animals that pass through their territory. And I know this is a little blurry because you're seeing it like I'm showing you on my laptop, but this is inside of the Discord role-playing section. And you can click on any environment you want to see what animals actually live in that area. And what's cool about this region, the Alpine Plains, is we actually have a legend that says which are the migrating species. Because, with the woolly mammoths, the rhinos, the bison, the shellback, even like horse and reindeer, a lot of these guys are constantly traveling to different like grazing pastures. So these guys might only be in the Winterwood territory for like a couple months at a time, or they might even pass through really quickly. But again, the great thing about this territory is it is a high traffic area for Avalon's migration. So you might have reindeer like for a few months, and then you're going to have horses or maybe something else. But there are animals that stay in here all year round. I believe that, shellbacks stay there all year round, pronghorns and Saiga antelope. But the herds will come in and out. So this is really actually desirable territory. So, and then also inside of the Frost Alps in particular, they also have a lot of really niche animals that are just exclusive to that mountain range. So, there we go. Okay, one-page sketch. I got 3 full-body wolves and 8 carnos and 1 background. I'm going to do another page. Yeah. So if I remember, I can sell stuff in the server for moonstones, right? I believe so. I'm pretty sure we have a channel where, like, if you want to advertise, like, a character, like an adopt character that you've made, you can sell that for moonstones in some channels. Autumn created those channels. I think she knows a little bit more about them, but yeah, that is something you can do. Do the Frost Wolves have magical spells? The magic system in Avalon is very similar to Avatar: The Last Airbender. You don't have to say a spell or anything. Like, it's kind of just like manipulating the water, manipulating the fire. It's very much like Avatar, like a very simple magic system. Is there a canon design for Fodway? Yes, there is. Actually, I can pull that out. That's no biggie. Give me 1 minute to go to my Google Drive. Okay. Sorry, we have a massive Google Drive. Supernatural. Oh, I don't think it's in here, actually. Noted. Yeah. 1 second. I gotta write that down. If I don't write this down right now, I'm going to forget it. Reminder to add Fodway to the Google Drive Supernatural folder. Okay. I'm going to see if I can find Fodway's illustration. Give me just 1 minute while I scroll through my gallery really quickly. There he is. Okay. This is what he looks like. So Fodway, which is the feline god, he is a feline with a lion's mane, saber's fangs, and a leopard's tail. And I need to check on these little rambunctious babies because I can hear them tearing up stuff. You know what? That's fine. They're not doing anything. that's fine. They can play with that. Here. Go crazy. You can submit art and writing to get moonstones or donate money. Or if you commission myself or Autumn, you can also submit like a screenshot of your commission, if that's something anyone's interested in. And thank you, Halloween Wolfpack. The map is a fantastic resource. It's so cool to see all the territories laid out. Thank you, Issa. What are the different ways species make or find their housing? It's so funny that Issa's in the chat right now because she's actually kind of helping me flesh that out a little bit more. It really depends like on the species because each species of either wolf or even feline have their own ways of living in their dens. Give me just 1 minute. I want to pull up. I do want to pull up an example of the felines in particular. So I will say for the saber-toothed tigers, sometimes they will go to summer dens or winter dens, and they are nomadic. Like in general, they're going to be traveling so much. So a lot of times when they're on the move, like between their territories or campsites, they will carry like fur rolls on them, and they will like unpack and literally set up camp and set up a fire. And it's a big part of tiger culture to have oak brew, which is like Avalon's version of coffee. So they'll kind of sit around their fire drinking their coffee or their oak brew, and they'll lounge around on some hides. So mammoth hides, woolly rhino hides, reindeer hides. A lot of furs are really valuable in Avalon, especially those thick, fluffy herds. Oh my goodness. Thick, fluffy hides. That's such a tongue twister. Babies! Stop playing with the charger, babies! You little stinkers. Baby, stop it. Fatness Everdeen, stop it. Like I said, little babies are being so rambunctious. Absolutely adorable, though. Do most frost wolves have any magic spells, or do they do something silly? The best comparison I can say is Avatar: The Last Airbender. They don't have to say any spells or anything like that. Oh, thank you, Dawn Frost. Also, cool name. Dawn Frost, like, sounds fire, by the way. And you're good, my young. Did the booster questions get answered in a video yet, or is it a whip? I asked a question when I was a booster, but I can't see the channels anymore since I lost my nitro. I just recorded last week most of the Shark Week videos, and I went through 2 of the questions, and then Exy also. I'm not sure if they answered their questions yet, or if that's coming like within the following few days. I know they're also going to answer their portion of questions. I kind of pick and I kind of pick through those questions because some of them I really can't answer. Like the people who've asked questions about like the characters and like the story writing, I'm not really answering any of those. And I know I give an explanation during the Shark Week video, but I'll quickly sum it up. I won't give answers about writing related questions, or at least most of the writing related questions, because I haven't published a book yet, and it feels kind of silly me talking about the actual writing of the book while it's still so early in the drafts. I feel a little bit more. I feel a little bit like an imposter if I was to do a Q&A about the story or like about characters and the written work that's not even out yet. It's one thing for me to talk about the world building and the art because I actually have things to show for it, things that I've already done. But when it comes to the story and the characters and like my writing process, it's not that I don't want to answer it, and it's not that I'm not going to. It's just at this time right now, while the book is not out, those types of questions I'm probably not going to be answering. But I know I am going through, and I answered a couple more in this last video. Excuse me, not in the last video. I have a couple more in my drafts right now that will be in the next video. I was going to do some more writing questions during the trading post video, but the video, like, I had already been editing it for like 4 days straight, and I was like, I gotta move on. Like, I gotta stop this video because like it's gonna take me at least 2 weeks to get the Shark Week video done because I think that video is going to be 45 minutes to an hour long, and if it already took me 4 days to edit a like 17-minute video, I know I'm going to be pushing it really tight to my deadline. So I'm on a diet for building muscles. Hey, I actually just started a diet today, so I feel you. Oh, look at them. The kittens look like ball of lint come alive. Do all species have magic in Avalon? Yes. All species originate with elemental magic of fire, water, earth, or electricity. And there can be wolves who are born without powers, and those are called eclipsed wolves. And that's kind of unusual, but in general, it's normal for everyone to have elemental magic. White Fang. Love coffee. Are there any wolf wars in this universe? Yeah. You can divide Avalon. Let me pull up a picture first. This feels like it needs a picture. We can divide Avalon's time period into 3 sections: the Fawn Moon, the Ripping Velvet Moon, or excuse me, the Fawn Age, the Ripping Velvet Age, and the New Stag Age. And the earliest period of time is the Fawn Moon, and that's when the gods were creating the universe, and they were very close to their subjects. So it was really normal in the Fawn Age for wolves or felines to interact with the gods or to see them like actually manipulating the universe. And then the Ripping Velvet Age, that is when the majority of Avalon's history and wars and political events actually took place, predating the current time period in which the story is actually taking place. And during the Ripping Velvet Age, one of the most notable wars, and actually like the first major like war that's documented in Avalon, that is called the Mammoth Wars, and it was fought between the Thunders, which are the Electric Wolves, and the Flint Wolves. And now that I think this is relevant, I'm going to pull up the map. Give me just 1 minute. Sorry, I gotta type in something. Ugh. Okay, well, I can't pull up the map right now because it wants me to pull up my information, and I gotta close my phone for that. Anyway, the Mammoth Wars was fought between the Flints and the Thunders, and it happened at Mammoth's Pass. And if you're looking at a map, Mammoth's Pass is right there up in the big mountain range where there's an opening. And that opening is where the migration floods down into Lower Avalon. And what was happening was the Thunders, which those are the Electric Wolves of Avalon, they were hunting mammoths as part of their religious hunts, because in the Thunder's religion, they believed that the wolf species was divinely created by Amarok for the purpose of controlling the herds. And so the way that they worship the way that they worship Amarok, the wolf god, is by putting on these huge cultural hunts or holy hunts of taking down the biggest and largest prey. But the Flints, which I'm actually showing you a Flint right now, they believed that the mammoths were a sapient species and that the mammoths were Lord of the Herd's chosen people and they should not be hunted. And this is actually the origin story of the Game Wardens. The Flint Wolves intersected the Thunder's holy hunt, and they protected the mammoths, and that sparked war between the Thunders and the Flints that went on for... It wasn't a super long war. The Flints actually ended up kind of kicking their ass because they got Wrath of Bull and were blessed by Lord of the Herds during that hunt. A lot of this will be on the website, but the Mammoth Wars were the origin story of the Game Wardens and Wrath of Bull, and also the political beef between Flints and the Thunders, which I know a lot of people know about the Flints and the Southern Sods having just a lot of historical beef, but not too many people know like how deep-rooted the Thunder and Flint war is. The Flints, they are like, I swear, this species is at the pinnacle of like every major conflict in Avalon's history, because fire is the most destructive element. You know, electricity is very dangerous and you can very easily take someone's life, but a fire can destroy the whole forest. It can burn Avalon. It can reroute the herd migration. So a lot of wolves fear the power of the Flints, regardless of if they're, actually controlling their fire or not. It's in a lot of wolves' interest that the Flints not be around in Avalon because they don't want them to mess up the herds and burn the forest. So Flints are like target number one of conflict in Avalon. A lot of people, or a lot of wolves, just fear them. So good question. Yes to the wolf wars. My question was asking if tigers had a wedding ceremony like wolves do with Fangfast. No worries if you can't answer or already did in a future video. At this exact time, I am undecided about that aspect of the lore. I don't know. I don't really know. I have ideas, but I don't want to talk about them because, I don't really know if I want to make them canon or not. I'm still really thinking about this because I'm also, I'm about to start preparing to do a lot of work on the frost leopards. And I think after I figure them completely out, I think then I can probably confidently go back and, expand on some of the more, niche aspects of the tigers. The wolves are a little bit more fleshed out because it is called the Wolves of Avalon, and most of the conflict in the story is relating to, the wolves. But, yeah, I am I am probably going to expand on that at a future date, but that's probably going to happen after the Frost Leopards are released, because that will help me evaluate. Um, I think that will better ground me in like what direction I want to take them. So I don't really have an answer for you right now, because I still want to take the time to really, really think about that before I release a statement about feline relationships and feline fang fasting. I know that I don't want it to be fang fasting. Like, I know that is going to be like a wolf specific ritual, um, but I'm not sure about tigers and frost leopards yet. Would you recommend artists getting tablets if they want to be more portable for their work? I would. Tablets or iPad. I know I definitely prefer to draw on a screen in opposed to like a blank tablet where I'm like looking at a monitor. It just, I could not stand that because I used to try that on a bamboo tablet. But I know for me personally, everyone is different. Everyone has their own preference and their own program. But I like drawing on a screen and being able to see exactly what I'm drawing as if it was paper. So I would recommend it, but that's really something that everyone, oh my goodness, that's really something that everyone's got to kind of figure out for themselves. On a similar note, I am considering getting a screenless tablet. Screen tablets are too expensive, but I'm scared I will never get used to it. Right now, I draw with a mouse. As someone who has bought a screenless tablet, I I wish I hadn't. I regretted it because I hated it so much. And I remember wishing that I had just went with a screen tablet the first time. Like, for me personally, I think I would have been better saving up and just getting this because it never ended up working for me. It frustrated me so much. Um, so that's my experience. I think it would be better to save up for it, but again, you are your own person and you have to make your own decision. A lot of artists are very capable and can like transition to using like just a regular tablet with no screen. Like, a lot of artists do that. I'm not one of those artists. It's very annoying to me. Yeah. And I am going to go ahead and take a break because I just need to animate this and I'm going to have to be on my computer to like animate this. But the lo-fi animation and the fire, my animated fire and the breath, this animated video is going to be on my Lo-Fi Wolves channel. And this is a commission, so if you're ever interested in getting a commission of your character just like chilling in an animated background, like it's going to be snowing and there's going to be a fire and there's going to be crackling audio, if you're ever interested in something like that, that is something I offer. So, my commission page is linked in bio if you're interested. If not, well, thank you guys for joining. I will be hanging around in Discord if anyone has something else you want to ask me. And I might stream again later, but not sure.